Welcome to our sample video review. For this, I chose a run that Star and I did at the World Team Tryouts back in April of 2024, and I specifically picked this run because we had some mistakes that I thought would be good to review. When I get your video, I will watch it at full speed. I will look at the map first and then watch it at full speed so I know that where you're going, and then I will watch it at a slower speed in slow-mo so that I can really see what went wrong. And once I've looked at all that, then I prepare a video like I'm doing now. So I'm going to have you, since you didn't have the benefit of watching this before, watch me at full speed, and then we will analyze what went wrong. So try to figure out where the faults were in this run. So the judge put up his arms in a crosswise manner and blew his whistle. That means we got an elimination, so we had a wrong course. If you hear any whining in the background, that is Banner. And the ending, we did pretty good. Okay. All right. There should be no more Banner whining because we're not going to have the sound on. Okay. All right, so here we are at the start. So as you saw, she took the wrong jump. She should have taken this jump and come around to this one. So that's our off course. So why did that happen? I give her collection here a little bit, but not enough. I'm already starting to leave her, and you can see as she takes off, she's in full extension. Like, look at that body. She's going up and over, and as she lands, still in pretty good extension, and you can see her direct line of sight is this jump. And look at where I am. My motion is already going this way, and she's already like looking past and behind me. So my body language right now is not helping her get to jump number 2 at all. So what I could have done differently, yeah, because she's going to take that jump. What I could have done differently is put more support on this jump, given her more collection before turning towards the second jump. I could have done a Yako turn, which would have made her turn tighter, but then I would end up rear crossing number 2, which is why I did not go with that option. So I should have potentially been standing more here and putting the pressure this way on her to help her collect. And by pressure, I mean stepping with my feet and my chest towards her takeoff point from here instead of from back here. And then I could have opened up my left shoulder, and that would have turned her in soon. That would have put me a little bit farther behind for number 2. So that's why I am where I am right now. I'm thinking I can send her. She wraps nicely. I'll get ahead to number 2. But I did not give her enough collection, so she did not turn tight enough on that jump. So you can see once I send her with, like, look at this smidge of collection I gave her. Hardly any. And at this point, she's already decided she's collecting. So my collection cue is too late, and it's not enough. She's already decided she's extending and jumping over this jump. And as soon as she's like, let's look at her eyeballs. Yeah, she's already decided it's this jump. And she has barely landed yet. So that's going to be hard to change her direction then once she's landed and sees that in her sights. So I do have my arm nice and open so that my shoulder is open, and that should help pull her in. I also have my opposite dog arm up, and that should help pull her in, but it's already too late. She's committed to that red jump. So you can see I try desperately as I'm realizing what's happening to save it. I suddenly decide to, like, do like a come when called, get low, both arms down. It's too late. She's already made that decision. So there you go. That's what happens. Oh, the sadness. So now we're just running for the fun of it because that's a knee. And so you can see the judge, just for familiar with the judge, his arms go up and across and he whistles, and that tells us. So let's look at number 2. because this kind of sets me up potentially for failure, but everything went okay, as you saw on the, but I'm still not totally like standing up and ready to show her number 2 as she's approaching fast. So it's kind of ugly right here, but she doesn't drop the bar, and we keep going. So other things to think about as you watch your videos is where's the dog's head looking, right? Like she lands and she's looking at me, wondering where are we going? It could be the tunnel or the jump. And it's the backside of that jump, which isn't that much of a backside from the angle that she's coming. And then I'm going to rear cross. So I want to see her head looking to the left because I'm doing a rear cross. So I'm starting my rear cross arm, but I'm kind of late and I'm kind of behind with everything. And you can see that I get a bit of a head check, not much, like right there. She gives me a little eyeball, but my motion and my pressure is coming this way, and she gets it and she keeps continuing the correct direction. And now I've caught up with her and my body language is much clearer, and the course is also a little bit more straightforward in this part. I'm going to do another rear cross. Oh, oops, hold on. Let me zoom back out so you can see us in there together. I'm showing her a nice rear cross arm. I'm cutting behind her. The key to making a rear cross happen is to start cutting behind the dog before they're committed to this jump. Otherwise, if I am not cutting behind, and especially if I were to slow down, the dog is right to think they're wrapping back because of my position back here. But none of that happens. And then I'm yelling out. Oops, hold on. Let's zoom back a little. And I throw out my arm because I really want her to go out. I really should be using the other arm, but you know, heat of the moment and all. That's like when I do these videos, like no judgment. Like some people are afraid to have their videos reviewed. I think because they're afraid of like looking at their mistakes under a microscope. But I do it to myself, and everybody makes mistakes, and no human is perfect. Like you're trying to make decisions while you're running, while you're watching another animal run and make decisions, and you're trying to make decisions really fast. And most of us are not particularly athletic to add to that. So it's like this for all of us. So please don't have any qualms about sharing your video. And it's just for you. You don't ever have to share it with another living soul. Just I see it and you see it. Okay, so she has to come out of this yellow tunnel and go this way to the purple and then come around and take the broad jump. So I want her to come to the inside, not the backside. And, you know, as she comes out, this backside is going to look like a potential. So what I'm doing is I'm decelling. I'm calling her name. And I'm using my opposite dog side hand. This is like showing her to come in so that the moment she comes out, she knows where she's going. And she does this really good. And I go right from that into some collection. This is where I bend over a little bit and I kind of bring up both arms so that she turns. And she's turning very nicely. Got good collection there. Whoops, hold on. Let's get our thing back. Now we're going over the broad jump. I get a little bit in her way. Look how she ends up way over here. But she manages it. And she just makes it. Look how close she is when she takes off for the broad jump. Preferably, she would be in here, just maybe a foot or so to the right of me, and then taking this over the center and taking off maybe from back here instead of where she is. Because she takes off right there. Like, look how close her feet are to that. So in that case, dog is potentially going to hit the broad jump or nick it. But you can see how awkwardly she kind of jumps over it. But she makes it. Yay. And if she ticks it and it doesn't fall down, it's still not a fault. So we're good to go. She gets her weavies really well. Let me zoom back so you can see where she's going to go after this. This is a particularly good moment. I do my front cross and I'm going to send her to a backside wrap. And I get out of there really soon. So the reason that this is working, Like, look, I'm running the opposite direction that she is, but I can tell she's committed to the jump. She knows she's going to wrap. And I open up my right shoulder by putting my right arm down and back. And that's going to help invite her to come back towards me. Plus my motion and everything is going the other direction. So I'm supporting this jump, the back side of this jump and wrapping, because my chest and my eyeballs and my arm is open. All of those things are saying, yes, continue to take the jump, even though my motion, my feet are now going the other direction. So she does that nicely, and I get a good bit ahead of her by being able to do that. She probably could have wrapped that a little bit better. And then here comes, let's see, whoops, our other mistake. So she's supposed to go out to this jump, and she instead comes in between and she misses it. So why did she miss it? Well, look at my motion. My chest, I've got my arm and eyeballs at her, but really my chest is going this way. Just having my eyeballs and my arm open aren't quite enough. Again, and my students have heard this a million times, where your chest is pointed is really one of the primary things. So I did not support that jump at all, and she misses it. I already have an elimination. Like, if I could have gotten her, if I didn't already have an elimination, I would have tried to sneak her back through here, and it's just a refusal. And I'm still in the game. But because I already had an elimination, I thought I'm just going to resend her into the tunnel and start over. Not a big deal. And now you can see she's going to take it. Where's my chest? And my motion and my pressure, it's at that jump. And so you can see she takes it no problem. And then I bring up my left arm just to pull her in a little bit because she went a little bit wide on that jump. And then these next couple obstacles are pretty straightforward. Tunnel, tunnel. I get in my blind cross, reconnect with her just in time, just in nick of time. And I'm giving her collection because she's got to turn to her right. Let's zoom. Whoops. Hold on, I gotta zoom back out. It's not letting me. Maybe that's how that is. No, I feel like there's a bigger screen in there, but yeah. Okay, there we go. That's as zoomed out as it gets. And then we do the rest pretty good. So see again how I keep my chest open so that my chest and everything is saying this spot here, because she landed kind of into a big open area. That's telling her to come in and take this jump. And I'm extra supporting this. I want her to collect. So as she approaches, I get over here so that she can take this jump. And then I'm going to do a blind cross, which allows her to come right behind and take that red jump nicely. And then we finish. So what did I learn by doing this review? That I need to think about my starts and setting her up for success, especially when there's off-course traps. Making sure that I support every jump, that I'm really aware of where my chest is and how I'm supporting over each jump. So this is typically what I do for people that send me their videos and want help with this, is what I do for myself all the time. There are a few much longer versions of this on my YouTube channel. If you want to check them out, I go over in greater detail how to look at the map from the dog's perspective, and then how to look at the map also from your handling perspective, and then how to review it. And then I also show you things that I go home and practice after I've reviewed it, so I can practice and hopefully not make those mistakes again. Hopefully this review was helpful. And if you would like one of these, like it says in the Facebook post, it's just a few bucks, and send me your videos in the map.